so I can see a little better. There we go. Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. All right. Now, what's up, Still the King? Let me see something real quick. Now, people know Simone Biles. Simone Biles, she went through mental health. I believe also allegedly she was being messed with and groped when she was younger by her coach. What's up, Daryl Jones? What's up? Oh yeah, FSU got robbed. I'm gonna talk about that later. What's up, Outlaw? Missed you yesterday. Pack is heating up. Yeah, they heating up, but this is the hypocrisy of the NFL. And I've been real quiet about it, because I just didn't want to I didn't want to really say anything about it. But now it's like, nah. Now the people you see in the photo, fair you sack. Now, the people you see in the photo is Exhibit A. Basically, people are trying to push this narrative that Kelce and Travis and Taylor Swift are spotted at holiday party. They're together, such and such. And they talk about this like it's real. You could tell it's fake. But the NFL wants to promote this couple to try to push their game. But you notice they didn't really show a lot of her yesterday. You know why? Because the Packers was whooping their ass the whole game. And the Packers, I keep telling people, they're getting hot at the right time. They are very tough in December. They're the opposite of the Cowboys. They show up when it's time to. Right, exactly. Outlaw business relationship. What's up, Leaf Diggy? Yeah, Daryl Jones, Florida State got absolutely robbed. I know. But see, you see this, right? Now, the NFL would tell you that these two are a couple. They're a power couple. They promote them like they're just all of this. And I'm not taking nothing from Taylor Swift. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, that's on you. I don't really care. I'm just showing the hypocrisy of the equality. They preach this equality. They preach this equality, right? That's all they preach. But here's something. You see this? This is real. Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens. Jonathan Owens is having one of his best seasons of his career for the Green Bay Packers. He's a safety / nickel / dime backer. Sometimes he'll line up as a linebacker. But see, Simone Biles is an American gymnast, correct? Hasn't she won the gold? Hasn't she represented this country to the fullest? Hasn't she done everything that you ask of an American? Why isn't her and Jonathan Owens being promoted? Oh, I know why. Because they're black. And this is something that I tell people, we're not the ones promoting racism. We're not the one promoting prejudice. We're not the ones that's holding a people of color down because of their color, their skin tone. This woman always supports her man all the time, whether it's in competition, whether she's out and about. She shows up to damn near every game that he plays. Right? She's an American gymnast. But we're going to put her in the background and push Taylor Swift up. Look at this. And if people think I'm lying, look. Simone Biles, what is that? Gold. Team USA. But everybody wants to preach about we are so patriotic. We're patriotic. What the hell has Taylor Swift done for this goddamn country but sing and be put in our daughters, our nieces, our kids' life? But this can't get promoted, but the NFL preaches equality, correct? Don't the NFL preach equality? Don't the NFL preach equality? That's all they preach. Simone Biles had a mental breakdown and she had to get her life back. And you know what? They was dogging her. They was like, oh, nothing's wrong with you. You just doing this, playing victim. Dog the poor woman, poor child out. She's a child to me. Dogged her out. But yet, this is what the NFL promotes, right? Inspire change. Right? Inspire change, correct? That's what they preach, right? That's what they preach, right? Right? That's what they tell you, right? Everything is so equality. So look at this. Let me show you something like this. Fair USAC, fair USAC. Eagles Josh Seals acquitted on rape and kidnapping charges. Right? Philadelphia offensive lineman who was accused of the R word and kidnapping was found not guilty on Friday by a jury in Genesee County, Ohio. Right? Now, he was accused, right, of R-wording and kidnapping. She tried hard to fight back all of this. Now look at this. Watch what happens, right? Josh Seals thankful in return. I am Philadelphia. He says, I am who I am. Philadelphia offensive lineman Seals is back to work after being acquitted of the R word and kidnapping and issued statements and prefers to look ahead. Now, let's see. Now, he was able to clear his name, correct? Now, he didn't get, he only got taken out when he was on, when he couldn't play the Super Bowl. He basically couldn't play the Super Bowl. So what they did and everything, they put him on the commissioner's exempt list. after he was acquitted, correct? After he was acquitted, they let him come back. He didn't miss any games the following season. Right? He got to come back and play. But Deshaun Watson, who wasn't found guilty, wasn't charged, wasn't taken to court based for criminal activity, had to miss most of the year. He only was supposed to miss 6 to 8 games, but Roger Goodell was like, I can overrule it. So here it is here. NFL commissioner. Now, this was back on May 30th, 2014. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell responded Thursday night to criticism by NFL Players Association Executive Director DeMaurice Smith, who contended a double standard exists when it comes to the league doling out punishments. In the comments early Thursday, Smith specifically addressed the delayed discipline of Indianapolis coach owner Jim Irsay, who has yet to be punished by Goodell after being arrested in March for allegedly operating a vehicle while intoxicated and while in the possession of prescription drugs and $29,000 in cash. Irsay was formally charged Friday. The personal conduct policy applies to commissioners, owners, players, and coaches. Let me repeat that. This is from Goodell's words. Goodell said this. So if people want to say that I'm creating racism or whatever, jump off a bridge right now. Okay? Do us a favor and end your life because we don't have time for the BS. The personal conduct policy applies to commissioners, owners, players, and coaches. So if it is, why didn't you do anything to Irsay? Goodell told reporters at the New England Patriots team facility, it applies to all of us. We all have a responsibility to do things the right way. There are several players that we haven't taken any action on either. We like to get the facts. We like to be thorough and we like to understand them. Charges were just filed last week. I don't believe there's a credibility gap. Right? Smith pointed toward Goodell's swift and sometimes harsh action when dealing with troubled players in the past. The commissioner understands that there's a significant credibility gap that exists in the National Football League, Smith said. What troubles our players is the speed and the deliberateness of the punishment that they have seen in the past when it comes to a player. There isn't the same speed or deliberate action when it comes to an owner, and that's a problem. Goodell said the league has yet to collect all the facts on Irsay's case. Now, you could judge us when we make our final determinations, which undoubtedly will, and so will everybody else, right? Okay, now. Let's see. Let's see. So, Roger Goodell doesn't rule out discipline for Irsay, but has he ever disciplined Irsay? No. He didn't even discipline Roger Kraft when he was caught at a massage parlor. A parlor that was under investigation and was broken into by a police raid, right? So it's the double standards. You promote all this equality, but there's nothing equality about it. Now look at this. The offensive lineman Seal was placed on the commissioner's exempt list February 1st, was found not guilty of R-wording or kidnapping. The NFL notified the Eagles Seals he will be taken off the commissioner's exempt list and can report to training camp. The Eagles released a statement confirming that. We are aware of the legal matter involving Seals has been adjudicated, and he was found not guilty. The organization has monitored the situation. The NFL has removed him from the commissioner's exempt list, and he will return to the team's active roster. So he could come back to the active roster after being accused of kidnapping and R-wording, right? But Deshaun Watson, right? But this is what he said, right? Says Deshaun Watson's behavior was egregious and predatory. Where was his statement on Josh Seals when he was accused of R-wording and kidnapping? He said nothing. So this is the double standard I'm talking about. Now, Deshaun Robinson, who the judge, Sue L. Robinson, looked at it. And she saw that all of this was BS. So she basically issued a 6-game suspension for Watson. But was Watson ever convicted? No. Did he do time? Did he do criminal time? No. Did he go to jail? No. Then why the hell does he have to face punishment, but Josh Seals get to go back to the Eagles all honky-dory? What if this was Jalen Hurts for the Eagles? If Jalen Hurts was accused of R-wording and kidnapping and was found innocent, you don't think the league would have gave him a harsher punishment? Huh? Robinson came out and said, I'm going to issue a 6-game suspension. Roger Goodell came out and said we were seeking a year suspension, and all he did was give him 4 or 5 more games. And then he's talking about, when asked why the league continues to seek a harsher punishment for Watson, Goodell said, because we've seen the evidence. Robinson was very clear about the evidence. She reinforced the evidence that there was multiple violations here and they were egregious and it was predatory behavior. How is it predatory behavior when he never did trial? He never did any criminal trial. He never was in the courtroom. It was thrown out in Harris County, which is Houston. They tried to go outside of Houston. They threw it out there. So how is it that he has to serve a suspension, but Josh Seals only has to miss the Super Bowl, but he can come back all honky-dory? Oh, because it was multiple women. All of those women got a payday, right? And I think it's one or two of them still trying to keep up the case, but there's no evidence. They've tried to do this. They've taken it to criminal court. They've taken it everywhere. No judge is going to do it because it's bullshit. Do you think if they had evidence, real evidence, you don't think Deshaun Watson would have got prosecuted? He's black. He would have got prosecuted, sent upstate. So stop telling me about he's guilty when he was never convicted or brought to court, but he deserves a suspension. Yeah, the Ray Rice situation. When the tape came out, they tried to give a harsher punishment, and they were like, hell no. So this is the BS. Nobody's going to talk about it. Nobody's going to say nothing about it. But all I'm saying is the double standard. What is going on? Why is it such a double standard? Why? So this is the stuff that I talk about that people continuously don't look into. Roger Goodell has so much to say about Deshaun Watson, but didn't say anything about Josh Seals, right? Right. And then they cut it down to only 12 games because Roger Goodell saw there was nothing there. He made those comments to try to make it seem like, oh, we're doing our best here. We're looking out for women. Everything is so dedicated to the goddamn woman, but ain't shit dedicated to the black man. We don't get shit. Now, here's another double standard. Since I'm going to keep bringing this shit up because I'm tired of the bullshit, I want people to continuously see what's going on. Now, in 2014, right? 2014, Ray Rice was arrested for assaulting his fiancee, Janae Palmer, who is now Janae Rice. They're married now. The incident became a major national news story that year, both due to videos that came out revealing the violent assault and for the way the NFL handled the situation. At the time, UFC was partnered with Fox, and White was asked to give comment on the situation while it was still developing. It's a tough one, White said on Fox Sports Live. First of all, the video is horrifying, absolute horrifying. You're talking about a guy who's been in the fight business since he was 19 years old. It is the most disturbing thing you will ever see. The thing that's just as bad as the punch is that he shows no remorse after he does it. You know, if you did something in anger and you go, oh my God, what did I do? There's none of that with this guy. I don't know all this ins and out of what Roger Goodell did or knew or how it was handled, but it's definitely bad. I could tell you this, I wouldn't want to be Roger Goodell. Well, for White, that day has come. Only the assailant in a recent video showing domestic violence isn't some random UFC fighter, it's White himself. On Monday, TMZ released a video showing White slapped his wife Ann while at New Year's Eve party on vacation in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. The slap is not nearly as violent as Rice, but it is no more acceptable of an action. The slap, listen to how they double talk. Listen to how they curve this, what they said. Because they're pertaining it to a black and white guy. The white guy slap is not nearly as violent as Rice. It doesn't matter. He slapped his wife. And this is what white people keep telling me. Oh, she hit him first. Ray Rice's wife did more egregious stuff to him from where they were at the club all the way to the elevator. She was beating Ray Rice's ass. Beat his ass. Leo, I don't care about no Taylor Swift and massive fans. Then stop preaching equality then, Leo. I need you, Leo, to send Roger Goodell a letter and tell him, stop using equality then. If you're promoting these two fake-ass white people's relationship, you're just trying to get fans. Don't promote that when you got an American gymnast who you promote patriotism and her husband, who are a real couple who shows up to his games. He's having a solid year, in my opinion, a better year than Kelce at his position. At his position, he's doing better than what Kelce is doing at his position. But you don't promote it. If Beyonce dated Joe Burrow, then she would get the same coverage. Beyonce wouldn't get no same coverage. They're doing this because Taylor Swift is white. Has nothing to do with just her fans. She's white and she has fans. That's it. They haven't promoted any black woman, a famous black woman. They don't bring up Sierra like that. They don't show Sierra like that with Russ. They're a black couple. Sierra is a known singer. They don't promote that. Simone Biles is doing something that you praise is patriotism and being patriotic, but they don't want to show her a husband because they're black. That's what I'm trying to show. It's the double standard, and I'm trying to show white people, Leo, that we're not the ones who talk about race all the time. We're not the ones promoting race all the time. I'm not going to promote a quarterback because he's just black. I'm going to promote a quarterback if the mother effer is good. I don't care what your skin tone is. If you can do the job and you got the credentials, you got the resume, then you should get the job. I'm tired of all this wiping shit under the rug and all of this dog and pony show. This is the stuff that pisses me off. They're talking about the slap is not nearly as violent as Rice, but it's no more acceptable. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I tap you on the face or knock your ass out. A slap or hands on another person is wrong. You understand? That's the bullshit. They don't want to promote that. They don't want to promote the real. Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens are a real couple, and Simone Biles is a famous gymnast who preaches patriotism and represents her country to the fullest, but they don't show it. But I bet you if Jonathan Owens gets into just saying, hypothetically speaking, if he got into a domestic violence case against Simone Biles, I put money on it, it'll be front page everywhere. Because that's all they care about is a negative light. Yeah, most fans are sick of Kelce and Swift, Leo, but the NFL ain't. The NFL want to keep pushing it. But they didn't push it last night because they was getting their ass whooped by the Packers. What's up, Jay? They did the same thing with Tony Romo. Yeah, Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson. They did the same goddamn thing. They promoted them like it was nobody's business. Nobody's business. Exactly, Daryl Jones. Abuse is abuse. Doesn't matter if I tap you like, or if I knock your ass out, I still assaulted you as a human being. I could walk up to Daryl Jones and pop him right here in the chest, but I could do it softly. Then I come and do it hard. Doesn't matter the effect or how hard you punch or tap somebody. Nigga, you still put your hands on somebody. So that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't promote equality in your league, even when it comes to suspension. Yeah, the Giants kicker who was abusing his wife, the only reason he was cut was because of social media pressure. Exactly. But let that have been a black kicker. beating the shit out of his wife. They would have arrested him. It would have been plastered all over the news. The wife would have been taken care of. All of that stuff. This is the stuff I preach. This is the stuff I talk about. And we're still going through the same bullshit. My thing is, if you're going to preach equality, if you're going to talk equality, promote somebody. Promote somebody. Dana White talking about you don't bounce back. Then this is what he said. I'm one of the guys you've heard me say for years, there's never an excuse for a guy to put his hands on a woman. And now here I am on TMZ talking about it. People are going to have opinions on this, and most of the people's opinions would be right, especially in my case. You don't put your hands on a woman ever. Now, Ann White, who is his wife, basically said nothing like this has ever happened before. And she put the incident largely down to alcohol, saying that things got out of control on both sides. So Ann White could come out and basically say, everything is on the alcohol. We blame the alcohol. Ray Rice's wife said the same goddamn thing. And you know what you did as black women? You know what you did as a society, racist ass society, and you black women, y'all crucified Ray Rice. Obama's bitch ass and Michelle bitch ass was criticizing Ray Rice, trying to make him the poster boy for domestic violence when the wife said that it was my fault and I blame the alcohol for what I did. But Dana White wife could come out and say nothing like this has ever happened before. I largely down to alcohol. Things got out of control on both sides. So you could blame the alcohol, but the brother can't blame the alcohol. The sister can't blame the alcohol for her actions of costing her husband, well, at the time her fiance, now her husband. It's okay to be like, oh, well, yeah, we're going to say that he was wrong still. Sis, you wasn't wrong. Don't be trying to save him. Go and do your thing, girl. Live your truth, right? That's what you black ass women did, right? That's what y'all did. White girl did the same thing. All you heard was everybody like, yeah, man, she was wrong. You know, she was wrong, guy. Yeah, buddy. She was wrong. You know, she was so wrong. She should have never put hands on Dana White. See what I mean? But y'all say, I just speak bullshit. Y'all say I just rant for no reason. This is the stuff we need to talk about, not no damn Alex Smith who ain't do shit in his career talking about a 7-time Super Bowl champ who did something with his career. But you out here, these YouTube content creators are out here talking about bullshit instead of what we really need to be talking about. What's up, Phil G? What's up, One True? No, Rice not stupid for marrying his wife. Rice loves his wife, One True. She loves him. It was a mistake. And she was the one who was wrong. They should have never kicked him out of the league because he wanted to sue for his money because they wanted to kick him out the league forcibly because the video came out. He's not stupid for marrying his wife. He loved his wife. His wife loves him. She continuously says that she messed up, and she knows she messed up because she knows she cost him millions. Even though he got paid, she knows she messed up. But see, why is it okay for Anna White to come out and defend her man, but when she defended Ray Rice, now you got all the sisters coming out the woodworks trying to crucify Ray Rice. And this is why black men are getting always are mad at women, black women. This is why. This is why some black men get upset with some black women. Because y'all let the media, y'all let these fake ass people out here, these fake ass liberals, put all this demonic culture, this demonic statements in your ear to tear down somebody who looks just like you. It's stupid. Now, the public face of a multi-billion-dollar company who has repeatedly allowed fighters accused or convicted of domestic violence to fight for the company struck his wife in public. Now, domestic violence is nothing new to MMA. Countless fighters, past and present, have faced charges for some form of domestic abuse. The problem is so bad that in 2015, HBO Real Sports did a piece on the subject, finding that domestic violence arrests involve MMA fighters are more than double average national rate, 750 per 100,000. But the problem has never arisen with the head of a major promotion. Now it has, and what comes next will be revealing. Though Rice is not a fighter, when the incident happened in 2014, Dana White took a hardline stance on the topic of domestic violence. We've been human beings and letting these other guys make up for what they've done and come back, White said. There's one thing that you never bounce back from, and that's putting your hands on a woman. Been that way in the UFC since we started here. You don't bounce back from putting your hands on a woman, right? He said this bullshit. Now, that hardline is proven to be blurry at best. For every Will Chope and Luis Pena that have been released by the UFC, fighters like Abel Trujillo and Anthony Johnson were signed and re-signed to promotion after releasing Thiago Silva in 2014 with the claim from White that he will never fight in the UFC again. Following arrest for domestic violence, the UFC resigned Silva after the charges against him were dropped, only to then recut him shortly after, and then there was the entire Greg Hardy fiasco. Now, a cynical person might look at the above examples, a very small collection of the numerous instances in this sport and this promotion, and draw the simple conclusion that actually a person only doesn't bounce back from domestic violence if that person lacks star power. In that regard, White is in luck. Aside from Conor McGregor, White is the biggest star in the UFC and seems well positioned to maintain his role atop the company. ESPN has already hand-waved the situation aside, declining to comment, and the UFC's parent company, Endeavor, has yet to issue any kind of statement. The hope, it seems, is that the entire situation might blow over quickly, and truth be told, it may. Combat sports have long existed on the periphery of mainstream athletics, barring all but the most egregious violations of decorum. The world's large seems content to hand wave away the various improprieties that take place in the MMA universe. If the response of various fighters and fans is any indication, much of that universe isn't all that interested in accountability either. And that's unfortunate, because without true accountability, there could be no progress, right? Now, the prevention of domestic violence and the education of the athletes of the utmost importance to the organization. UFC holds its athletes to the highest standard and will continue to take appropriate action and when warranted. UFC requires all athletes to act in an ethical and responsible matter as mandated by the UFC fighter conduct policy. The UFC said in a statement responding to the HBO Real Sports story about domestic violence in MMA, the organization will not tolerate domestic violence, sexual assault, or any other violations of the policy. Every athlete is deserving of due process, and all official allegations will be duly reviewed and thoroughly investigated by an independent party. Dana White is not a fighter, but he is the face of the organization. Why should the standard be any less for him? White is the very public face of an organization that historically employed people accused and convicted of domestic violence, and he operates in the sport with a serious domestic violence problem. That means an awful lot for him to get passed on this. At the very minimum, creates the impression that MMA is having for this sort of activity. That sort should not be allowed to happen. Here's a thought experiment. If Commissioner Roger Goodell was caught on video doing the same exact thing, what happens? The most likely answer is that Goodell resigns or is fired. That's bullshit. The NFL doesn't need the scandal and the hypocrisy of having someone who himself is beating his wife then render judgment on other athletes for doing the same is too glaring. It is simply easier to cut ties with him. After all, there are no shortage of people who could take his place. That's a lie. But if somehow Goodell did keep his job, you could be absolutely that he would be at the minimum face of suspension, a fine, and some requirements to attend counseling or partake in a domestic violence PSA. That's bullshit as well. If Goodell did this, nothing would happen to Goodell because Irsay was caught speeding and doing all type of stuff intoxicated. He was let go. Robert Kraft was caught in a massage parlor, a legal one, and he wasn't fined or nothing. So why would it happen with Roger Goodell? So this is the stuff I'm telling you, the double standard. And you got people like Trey who doesn't see what we're talking about, who goes along with what they want. And it's just disturbing to me. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? The allegations that these players that are black-faced, they get destroyed. They get destroyed. You understand? They get destroyed. And see, the NFL preaches equality, but you don't show Jonathan Owens or his wife. You don't show Tyreek Hill or his newlywed wife. Y'all just showed a glimpse of it. But you guys are so quick to show a fake relationship, allegedly, of a woman. Of a woman who won gold medals overseas. You know, gold medals overseas. But yet, she can't get any publicity. We got to show a fake relationship, allegedly. You know, and it's crazy. They barely show Simone Biles. They didn't really show anything for Simone Biles. They haven't shown nothing for her. Nothing. They haven't shown anything. And it's just downright despicable that they haven't shown nothing of this woman who is basically showing love to her husband and being a supportive woman. They always tell you that we need more black love, but why they don't talk about Jonathan Owens or Simone Biles? Oh, I know why, because he's not a superstar player. It's like, oh, he has to be a superstar. Why you got to be a superstar? For what? Joe Flacco wasn't a superstar. Y'all promoted him. Ray Rice was a superstar. That's the reason why y'all did Ray Rice dirty. And TMZ just threw that tape out there. It was like, wow. After the man already went through what he went through. But that doesn't matter, right? That don't matter at all. And see, this is the stuff I talk about, and this is the stuff that I try to explain to people. I try to explain this to people as much as possible, but they don't want to hear what I got to say. They think that all I'm doing is just making noise or blank noises. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm finna mute. My bad, y'all. But see, that's what's sad. And that's what's very sad and stuff with how people approach the situation with this. Like, people say promote black love, and there's no love being promoted at all. No love being promoted. They're not talking about anything productive. All they're doing is, being hypocrites about the situation. And it's sad. It is really sad at what they're doing. But the NFL wants you to believe the lie. Look at the Von Miller situation. Von Miller gets splattered everywhere. They go in on him, but they don't go in on the Giddy. They don't go in on Chad Wheeler. Hell, Malika Andrews never once brings up Kristaps Porzingis, his sexual assault on a black woman. She never brings that up. But she wants everybody to she wants everybody to come to her aid when she's being put on expose. She want everybody to be like, poor Malika, we didn't mean to do that. That's what she want. That's what she likes done. And it's like people are getting fed up with this shit. And then they want to promote the Kelce and Swift. But like Leo said, people are tired of that. And yeah, we are, because all we want to do is watch the game. But why aren't you guys promoting Simone Biles and her husband? You're showing this guy in this fake relationship that's gonna be done. They don't even embrace each other. It's like they're friends. It's like he's friend zoned. He's just there just to, just to chill or whatever. It's like, come on. And Kelce has been playing very bad this year. He hasn't played good. He hasn't played good at all. He hasn't. But you'll have these sports people come out and talk about him and Taylor Swift quick. But see, they didn't show Taylor Swift, and the reason why is they want to keep that narrative that when Taylor Swift is at the games, they're undefeated. They want to keep that lie going on. That's why they didn't show Taylor Swift last night. That's why they didn't show her at all. And it was because of that. So if people are wondering, well, why they didn't show her that much, is because of that. They want you to keep falling for the illusion of what's going on. And the illusion is, The illusion is, yo, Taylor Swift and him, power couple, this. She loves football. Girl don't know shit about football, and you could tell with her being up there, she don't know what the hell going on. She look lost as hell. Like straight up. And you could tell it's a lot of propaganda and shit. You could tell a lot of propaganda is at work. You could tell the black quarterback is continuously to be torn down. Jordan Love has been having an extraordinary because why? He's of color. Jordan Love has single-handedly been keeping the Packers afloat, and he doesn't get any love or any credit for that. And this is the hypocrisy I'm talking about. Joe Flacco gets signed. Him and Carson Wentz get another job. When Cam Newton won an MVP, and people want to say Cam can't read defenses. How does a guy who wins the MVP can't read a defense? Cam could read a defense. He was just in an offense that didn't have receivers that worked to his strength. Cam Newton can throw from the pocket. But when you don't have receivers who could run, he can throw from the pocket. But when you don't have receivers who could run routes consistently or catch the ball consistently, you're going to end up throwing to Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen wasn't all that. He was very overhyped because he was a white boy. They was pushing him a lot. You got rid of him. You got rid of Thomas Davis. You got rid of your leaders. Kuechly was like, man, I'm gone. Heck, bump this, because he wasn't finna stay for that shit. So the double standard is real. That shit exists, and we're not the ones creating it. I'm not waking up in the morning saying, let me find a way to talk about race. I don't give a shit about race. There's black people that I don't like, that I don't deal with. You know, it's like there's white people out there who are really good. There's Asians out there that's really good. There's Hispanics that are out here that are really good, that are cool to talk to. But they have a lot of bad apples in their camps, their race, but they don't promote that. They only promote us as being the only ones who domestically beat our wives or girlfriends and shit. Like we the only ones who yell and raise our voice at our girls. Von Miller and everything got destroyed. He got eviscerated. And they didn't even have no evidence on this guy. The woman came out and recanted her statement, the mother of his child. I don't use baby mom or baby dad. That shit is ghetto and played out. And very degrading to our community. It's your mother of your child or the father of your child, period. The mother of his child came back and recanted her statement. If people who don't know what recanting mean, who's slow, that basically means that she took back her statement and stuff. But see, her problem is that she should have never called the cops in the first place. You don't ever call the cops. See, this is what women do. Women always call the cops thinking, oh, this is going to diffuse the situation. No, if you sit down and shut your ass up and listen to what the man has got to say, then there won't be a problem. Some of you women have a hard time in shutting the hell up and letting the man say something. There's some men who have a problem with shutting the hell up and actually listening to what their woman is trying to say. We both are to blame for the reason that the black community has collapsed. Black men especially have played a major part in the collapse of a lot of stuff in entertainment, sports or anything, movies and all of that, because we are too quick to buck dance and play the game instead of making our own lane. But then when we try to make our own lane, what happens? We get shut down. So black men are put in a bind. men as well. Black men and women have got to learn how to speak with one another. Whether you're dating outside of your race or whether you're dating in your race, we have to learn how to watch the bullshit. We have to learn to big each other up. We have to. Cardi B is ratchet. She's ghetto. She's hood. She's a project thing. She's a strip. He stays by her. When there's been plenty of times like he probably was like, man, I don't even want to be here, but he's still with her. Yeah, I'm just saying that's an example. You got Courtney B. Vance and you got Angela Bassett. Do they promote them a lot? No, because it's a black man and black woman together. Right? That's what they do. They want to promote Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's like, why? There's other people out there that's like that, if not or better. And the NFL is not only the sport who does that, the NBA does this a lot. The NBA never showed Dirk Nowitzki's wife. They probably show a glimpse of her, but they never really showed her. They always showed Dirk, and they always would take a picture of a white fan or blonde hair lady hugging him or behind him to try to give you the illusion that Dirk is with a white woman. No, Dirk had a black woman, and a lot of people never knew that. Why did the NBA go out their way not to do that? Oh, I know, because it's black. They don't want to promote black. The only way they promote black men or women is if we do something that is degrading or something that is against us. But now what they've done is they're like, okay, we'll accept the black woman, but we're not accepting the black man. You got to help us tear the black man down. And some of you heifers do the shit. Some of you heifers go out your way to tear down a good brother. A lot of you heifers get good brothers or good men, and y'all don't know what to do with them. Y'all are quick to say, oh, you're a mama's boy. Oh, you're this and that. You're so quick to belittle them or be belligerent. But as soon as we talk about your fat ass, or as soon as we talk about your stuttering ass, or we talk about your lace front, or we talk about your eyelashes, or we talk about your excessive makeup, your excessive lying, your excessive this and that, fake jewelry and all of this, y'all are ready to fight. Y'all are ready to crucify us. But it's okay to tear the black man down. It's okay for me to say F this nigga. But if I say F this black bitch, oh no, they gonna cancel you. And that's the double standard. Chad Wheeler, and this goes to show you how black women don't stick to the script. When a white man choke or beat the hell out of a black woman, you heifers don't stand up or say nothing. I'm talking about the mainstream heifers. Y'all don't say shit. Chad Wheeler almost killed his girl. Then she was unconscious, barely hanging on to life. He like, oh, you're still alive? I thought you stopped breathing. I thought you was dead. I think he said that allegedly. But he was convicted. And they don't even bring it up. You don't have any black women coming out, yeah, he need to go to jail. You know why they don't say nothing? Because he's a white, blonde-haired man. And when it comes to white men, they have a misunderstanding or they had a bad day. When it comes to black men, we knew better. We supposed to know our place. Tell me that don't sound like slavery. So for all you niggas out there who think you big and bad and we ain't in slavery, we're still in slavery, dumbass. They just moved the picket line further. And they just gave you an illusion that you're free because you work a job, you pay bills, you get your money. Or whether you have your own business, they made you believe that you were free. They made you believe that you got the power to do whatever you want. Man, that's a goddamn lie. You don't. You don't have the power to do whatever you want, sir. You don't. You don't. You don't have it at all. And this is how the game is played. And a lot of you guys are failing this game. A lot of you guys are falling on your face. No, they don't even want to bring that up at all, Outlaw. That's what I'm saying. You got some black women who would jump out the building and said, oh, Ray Rice deserved what he got. But Chad Wheeler, nope, don't say nothing because, oh, you know why they going to say it? You know their Outlaw, you know their famous saying? Oh, he's not famous. He's not a superstar. We don't know who he is. So you got to be a superstar to be about to kill your girlfriend to get some publicity. God damn it. I tell you, boy, white people, y'all are so lucky to have the white skin you got, because y'all could go out in public, beat up a cop, slap a bitch, and still be seen as the victim. But let me an outlaw do the shit. You know what's gonna happen? Nope. Look at the shit with P. Diddy, right? You got 50 Cent coming out here talking shit about Diddy, right? But Eminem, not only Eminem, Jimmy Iovine allegedly have done just as much as Diddy has, if not worse. But you know what? They're not going to be talked about, because you know why? Because they're allowed to do what they want to do. Diddy tried to do what they did, and they had to remind Diddy, you are a nigga. So now we are going to show you that you a nigga, and we're going to get 50 Cent's buck dancing ass to go along with it too. Because you know why? We got him power. We got him all these shows. We got him his own network doing this and that now. We own him. We own him. It's a double standard, bro. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It matters if your ass is black or your ass is white. Right. They had the bag for people to talk about. The ESPN was trying to sweep that under the rug. Yeah. But see, that's what happened. I'm not saying P. Diddy's not getting what he asked for. Listen, P. Diddy's a piece of shit to me. I'm still pissed off at how he did Biggie. Like trying to make Rick Ross Biggie and all that, being disrespectful like he did. But my thing is, Jimmy Iovine and Eminem done worse, if not as much as Diddy has. But 50 ain't gonna say that shit. 50's gonna go at Diddy because he's allowed to do it, because he's a nigga. But 50 Cent ain't gonna say shit because he got a buck dance. Yep, Michael Vick can't even go about his day without dogs being mentioned. But Ben Roethlisberger, Brett Favre, yep. Outlaw, listen to what Outlaw said. Michael Vick always get mentioned about a dog. He even wanted to own a dog. To basically, he felt that he served his time. He felt like, no, you know what the cracker said? Nope, can't have a dog. Nope, we don't trust you. But Brett Favre is allowed to drop all his cases because he know they were going to look into his text messages of getting illegal money from the state that was supposed to go to the temporary assistance. It was supposed to go to the temporary assistance of needy families. And he stole that money, allegedly. Took that money and put it into his daughter's volleyball gym. Can you believe that cracker had the nerve to do that, allegedly? But doesn't get talked about. Ben Roethlisberger could just go on a crime spree of taking the cookie. Come here, girl. Give me that cookie. Give me that cookie. I'm the cookie monster. He the cookie monster. But he good, though. He don't get nothing against him, right? The double standard. Exactly, Shyam. If you're gonna want to put Diddy in jail, all of these people need to go to jail. Iovine, Eminem, all of them, because they done did some dirt allegedly. All this is allegedly, YouTube. All this is allegedly, so don't go crazy. But this is what it does. But we got people out here who are still blind and who are still living in a bubble or living like in a daze, like lost. So, thank y'all for listening, man. Just wanted to bring you guys that. I'll probably be on later for the Monday night game. I don't know yet. But you guys have a good day. I'm out. Deezy.